Why is it that some people earn 10 or 20 times your income while seemingly working half as hard? It is a question that suggests the link between physical effort and financial reward might be broken. Most of us are conditioned by years of schooling to expect slow, linear progress. We are taught that if we study for years and work hard, we might earn a 3% raise at the end of the year. When we want more, we often double down on this logic by getting a second degree or a slightly better job. But that is often like buying more expensive running shoes to use on a treadmill. You are working harder, but you are still anchored to the same spot. Wealthy individuals do not out-earn the average worker by putting in more hours of physical labor. They do it by moving away from laborious work and focusing entirely on leveraged work. Think of financial strategy like a race. If you are on foot, you are limited by the strength of your own legs. But if we give you a bicycle, you can travel much further with a fraction of the effort. The advantage increases as the technology improves. When you step into a car, you cover more ground in a few minutes than a runner could cover in an entire day. A private jet covers hundreds of miles, while the runner is still in the first block. The jet operates under different physical rules, allowing for a level of speed that manual effort simply cannot match. In the world of finance, these vehicles are income-producing assets. While most people focus on their own labor, the wealthy focus on building or buying these assets to do the heavy lifting for them. Financial growth follows the same laws as transportation. To cover massive distances, you have to stop trying to run faster and start looking for a more powerful vehicle. Your income potential is largely determined by where you sit on the 4 levels of value. At the very bottom is the first level, implementation. On this level, you trade your physical muscles and your time for a paycheck. You are the only asset being used to produce income. This creates a mathematical trap. Because both your physical energy and your time are limited resources, your income is naturally capped. There is only so much a single person can physically do in a day. The second level is unification. This is where you use management skills to organize other people. You are no longer doing all the physical work, but you oversee the people who are. Managing people pays more than swinging a hammer, but it is still tethered to human limitations. Your earnings are tied to how many people you manage and how much they physically produce. As long as your income relies on physical effort, whether yours or the people you manage, you will eventually hit a ceiling that physical labor cannot break through. Real wealth begins to scale when you cross into the third level, communication. When you use your words to move a mass audience, you disconnect your K from the physical difficulty of the task. Talking to 1 million people is physically no harder than talking to one, but the value created is vastly higher. This is why an A-list actor earns tens of millions of dollars for a single project. They are not working harder in a physical sense. They are delivering a message that an entire audience finds valuable. Words have power because they create belief. Even a $100 bill is only valuable because of the message it carries and our collective faith in that message. Ever since the United States dollar was no longer backed by physical gold, it became a form of fiat currency, money that has value only because we trust the words printed on it. It is a financial system built entirely on the power of communication. Finally, at the very top, we reach the level of imagination. This is where you use your mind to invent entirely new businesses or solutions. Someone operating at this level can transform multiple industries without ever picking up a tool. By focusing on ideas rather than labor, they generate value that has no physical limit. Wealth is not built by extracting physical resources from the earth. It is generated through communication and imagination. Because these levels are not tied to physical labor, they have no income ceilings. Trying to earn more by working harder at the implementation level is a losing battle. You will always run out of hours before you reach your goals. But when you move your base of operations into communication or imagination, your income curve shifts. As you see on the right, your earnings start to move upward at a much faster rate than your effort. Most people stay on the lower, linear path because they have been trained to believe it is the only way to earn. Shifting to the higher levels requires overcoming that lifelong programming and accepting that your words can be your most valuable asset. Escaping this physical trap requires a deliberate decision to stop relying on manual labor and start focusing on assets that provide leverage. You do not need to be a celebrity to start working at the communication level. You just need to be willing to use your voice. Today, anyone can write a book or share ideas on a digital platform. These are the modern bicycles and jets that allow your message to reach thousands of people at once. When you communicate consistently over several years, your message becomes a compounding asset. It grows into a network that works for you, even when you aren't physically present. This process also makes you a better thinker. The more you communicate, the more your ideas improve, which makes your time at the highest levels even more effective. By stepping away from manual labor and into the realm of communication, you remove the physical limits on your output. You finally gain the ability to scale your value to a level that is simply impossible to reach through labor alone.